Okay guys, so this episode I'm going to talk about the transportation between airport and downtown. Well, again, so most of you are going to land in China for your trip, either Beijing or Shanghai. So my samples will be for these two cities mainly. Well, I'm going to talk first about Beijing and from the airport to the downtown. You possibly will land in Beijing Airport, International Airport. Actually, there are totally three terminal buildings, but most of you either in terminal number 3 or terminal number 2. But anyhow, they are all together, or sort of together, very close. The distance from the airport to the downtown area of Beijing City around 50 kilometers. So the time roughly about 1 hour, generally speaking, because sometimes like rush hour and traffic in big cities in China, truly disaster, very much jammed. So if you by luck run into the rush hour, could be longer than that time. And there are many different ways for you to come into downtown. Well, of course, number one, you purchase a package from the travel agency, and then there's a tour bus wait for you, a tour guide holding your name, no problem. But anyhow, if you purchase those kind of service, please also write down the emergency phone call number, either through the travel agency or try to get a tour guide number before you touch down, right? Be smart. And of course, if you book a transfer service, like pickup service from the hotel, also please write down the hotel English name, street's name, and contact people's number and phone number. Because also I've run into some customers, they didn't purchase it from the travel agency, but by accident I was there to pick up some other customers, and they said, okay, we booked it from the hotel, but they couldn't find the hotel people at all. So if anything happen like that, always there is like information center in the terminal building, and people there can help you to make a phone call, right? Make everything easier. You don't want to go the first time you go into a foreign country and you're in the middle of nowhere, you don't know what to do, right? And also some other ways, for instance, like shuttle bus. I don't truly suggest you to take shuttle bus because there are so many stops and very convenient, but to local people, if you're Chinese good enough to make sure about where is the exact location for a hotel, right? Oh, another thing is many hotels in the city in Beijing or either in Shanghai, they have several, maybe two same hotels under same brand name. For instance, like Western Hotel, we have two Western Hotel in Beijing City, but they're located. One is in the east, the other one in the west. So two different directions. Don't mess up yourself for those hotels location. Make sure which one you are going to stay in, right? A shuttle bus price ticket is not expensive, like 16 yuan per person. The reason I have told you why I don't suggest you take it, although save you money, because you can make sure which stop you are going to get off, and then you can try it, no problem. 16 yuan, roughly about $3, something like that, the price. Yeah. Something about taxi. When you go out from the terminal building, you always can run into some people try to grab you. Sir, do you need taxi? Everywhere in China. Don't follow up those strangers, because usually they are going to overcharge you. How much to overcharge? For instance, if you take taxi from the airport in Beijing, from terminal building in Beijing to downtown, usually spend about 150 yuan, generally speaking, about $25. But usually those people can charge you like 50 to 100 US dollar. So I don't want you guys being, being forewarned, being cheated the first day in China. So where's the place you can get those regular taxi? Always look around. In terminal buildings, there are very huge, obvious signs standing out everywhere to say taxi to get you all the way to the taxi line. Taxi line, that means, of course, people standing in queue. You can see all of the taxi in the same color with taxi sign there. Then you can just stand in the line to wait for the taxi. In the taxi, they always have a meter to tell you the price, how much you pay for it. Do you need to tip the taxi drivers in China? The answer is no, you don't need to tip them. Well, sometime in Beijing, when you take the taxi, for instance, the price is 100. That the people say is 103 yuan. That 3 yuan is not for tip, but for the extra gas tax. So the gas tax will be like 2 yuan extra or 3 yuan extra, whatever. So I just want you to know that before you pay for anything, according to the meter, pay for them Chinese money cash. Yeah. So this is also we have a train in Beijing. The subway train actually is convenient. The price ticket is about 25 yuan per person. Um, but if you want to try it, you can try it. But the thing I want you to know is when you go out from the subway, um, different exits they have different rules. It's ridiculous, I know. Some of the exits they have escalator and elevator. Some of them they do not have it. That means you need to pull your big suitcase up about 70 steps or 50 steps or maybe 20 steps by yourself. So and how long you need to take also depends on which hotel you stay in. So the fastest way, maybe, like the third ring road, you make example like if you're staying in the Beijing Hilton Hotel, it's very close. You take a train about 20 minutes, you can be there. But if you stay in downtown or the other side of the town, wow, could be about 40 minutes to an hour. So similar like you take taxi. And taxi fees in China, I have to say, cheaper than most of the most of the American countries or European countries. So why not just take taxi? Talking something about Shanghai. Everybody knows about Shanghai. Got a magnetic train, and everybody want to try it. But frankly speaking, most of local people or business people take those trains. It's not that popular, even among the locals in Shanghai, because it's not that convenient. Magnetic train itself is truly fast. Could be about just within 10 minutes you could be in downtown. But downtown of the east side of Shanghai. But most of the hotels you are going to stay in, I believe, will be in the old town. That means across the river, the west side of Shanghai. That also means when you get off from the magnetic train, you're going to jump into another subway lines and then cross the river to the other side. So that's the reason why I don't highly recommend you. Anyhow, the magnetic train ticket price is about 50 yuan, 50 per person. So less than $10 per person. You can come into the town. That is something about magnetic train. And in Shanghai, how about take taxi? Anyhow, Shanghai is a city with two airports, with two different locations, one in the east, one in the west. So make sure which one you are going to land in. So from the furthermost one, the east one, Shanghai Pudong International Airport, you take taxi to the downtown area of the old town. Normally the price of the taxi fee could be around 160 yuan to 200 yuan. So about $30. You could be in the downtown. How long? Could be 1 hour to 1.5 hours. Because long distance and also traffic. The traffic is another disaster in Shanghai. And if you land in Hongqiao Airport, actually it's closer. So usually you take a taxi back into the hotel in the downtown, around 45 minutes, you can be back. And the price is less than 100. Could be about $10, 70 yuan to 100 yuan. You can be back to your hotel. Well, there's something about you landing. How about when you are leaving from China? Well, I want to say, according to the international flights, your air company's information I've checked before, for instance, like United Airlines and British Airways, your request like to come to the airport about 3 hours ahead your departure time. And everybody knows about that is time maximum and give you more spare time, enough time to ensure you board on the airline on time, right? But anyhow, I also want to tell you, give yourself at least 2 hours to 2.5 hours ahead of departure time, and also another 1 hour plus for traffic on the way to the airport. So that means you are leaving from the hotel like 3.5 hours at least before your departure time of your airline of your airline. So anyhow, another thing I want to remind you guys is Terminal number 3 in Beijing and Shanghai Airport, Pudong Airport, they are huge. So inside, from my experience, from your check-in through your suitcases, going through the custom, walking all the way to your boarding gate, you truly need about at least 45 minutes. So give yourself enough time. Another sample like United Airlines, always long line, crowds with people every time. So if you know how to do the pre-check-in through the internet, you also can do it. And that is also I highly recommend to every single group, to my people. 24 hours ahead before your departure time, go to the business center of the hotel. They can help you to do the pre-check-in. So also save your time, save your energy. Do you need to pay for any like airport tax anymore in China? The answer is no. Your airport tax already been included into your air fee, so that is thing you don't need to do. You don't need to do it anymore. Anyhow, those are some basic information about the transportation between downtown and the airport. You're welcome to leave your questions down below. I have my own blog information down below too. So when you go there, you can check other travel tips in China, in whole Asia. You're welcome to visit it. I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you for watching.